Welcome back, everybody, to the Pittsburgh Pirates franchise here in the postseason. We won our first game against Arizona, and it was an excellent game for Paul Skeens. He had a complete game shutout. We ended up winning 2-0. Game 2 coming up, which is a possible elimination game for Arizona, will feature Jared Jones versus Ryan Nelson. Let's hop into it right away. It is Game 2 of the Wild Card Series versus the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Arizona Diamondbacks here at Chase Field, home of the Arizona Diamondbacks, and it is now an elimination game. After we took a victory in Game 1, we put Arizona on their back foot, and it's time to eliminate them. We won 2-0. It was a stellar pitching day. They had to use the bullpen, and we did not. We have the advantage here. So I'm looking forward to another solid game, hoping to get production from this guy and everybody else, as we can possibly give ourselves an extra rest day if we can win and eliminate the Diamondbacks today. Ryan Nelson takes the mound, and throughout the regular season, he made it through 35 games started. He was there the entire time. Very durable. 185 innings pitched with a 3.99 ERA, a 1.24 whip. He was solid. But as a number 2 goes, I think Jared Jones' number stacks up better. Now, Luis Arraez, as I've said and mentioned several times throughout the year, but especially here in the postseason, as recently as last episode, I think a decision needs to be made. And Luis Arraez, so far this year, and especially in postseason appearances, has been an absolute letdown. So, if he can have a big game here, it would do a lot for my confidence for the rest of the series. We can get Arraez on a hot streak, but as of right now, I really don't have much of a choice. He is our first baseman, and we've committed to him, so I'd like to see him do something positive in this game. And that is a perfect hit. It goes to left field. It's going back, and it's out of here. Wow! What the heck just happened? Are you kidding me? Luis Arraez on the first pitch of the game hits a home run after that speech? You hear my voice cracking? Oh my goodness. Wow. Ask and ye shall receive. Luis Arraez. He must have had an earbud in at the plate listening to me make that comment. Unbelievable. It pokes over the wall at 396, and the first pitch of the game gives us the lead. Absolutely incredible. Okay, where do we go from here? And that's a pop-up. The opposite effect here on the second pitch will get Arizona their first out to bounce back. But wow, what an exciting beginning. Jock Peterson's up next, and the lineup is the same, except at third base I put in Colson Montgomery in place of Steve Seidlinker. I just wanted that lefty-righty matchup, and as soon as they go to the bullpen and switch it out, I will be putting in Steve Seidlinker if the opportunity arises. So let's get back to ball here. Jock Peterson batting third. And that one's above the zone. Peterson has been such an incredible surprise. I've been so pleased with his play. You know, we recapped some stats for him before we got to Game 1 in the last episode. And, yeah, Peterson's been an incredible experiment. It's been amazing. Really, really love what he's been able to do for this ball club. And, oh, my gosh! Get out of here! And out of here it does get! 426 feet! That's 2 home runs out of the first 3 batters! This is crazy! The Pirates want to see more of the postseason, and they're doing everything that they can to get us there. Jock Peterson follows Luis Arraez with a solo shot over the wall, and the Arizona fans can't believe it. This is amazing. Oh my gosh, can Sawinski possibly continue and keep this going? This is insane. Okay, we're early on that one. We could have possibly taken that out as well. But no, too early on the timing with the circle change. Wow, I got to stop getting so excited. This is crazy. All right, swinging over that slider. That's definitely more familiar territory for me. 0-2 for Sawinski. Wow, what a start to this game. Oh, and he ties us up with a slider. I got a little too nervous about it. I think my emotions are just amped up right now. I got to calm it down. O'Neal Cruz next in the 5 spot. And swinging over that 12 curve. It's a miss. Yeah, I didn't think the timing was very early. I don't think that graphic is right. Same issue that I was having in game 1. Some of these, like, that was clearly late, of course, but the graphic as they show it, like right there. So I'll stop here. I'll hold R2 to show it. On the bottom left of the screen, it shows very late, right? The ball connects with the bat right there. On the previous pitch, it showed that the timing was like way off, but where the bat was in relation to the ball was also extremely different than what it's showing now. So I know we made contact, so it shows that point here, but at the time where the bat would have possibly made contact with the ball at the last pitch, maybe I'll grab a screenshot or something. So I don't know. I'm doing the commentary live, so not post-edit yet. But the previous pitch, if you backed up the ball to where it could have made contact, the timing was a lot better than what it showed. I'm sure of it. So that's where I say when I disagree with the show's graphics, it wasn't that late. That's what I mean, and hopefully in the edit I can put something up on the board while I'm talking about this to actually show you what I mean. So anyways, we'll continue this 0-2 at-bat for Cruz. And we swing under that slider. It's a strikeout to end the first, but what a first inning it was. 2 solo shots, one of them very unexpected from Luis Arraez. And now, with a 2-run lead already, matching the score from all of yesterday's game, Jared Jones is going to take the mound and try to defend that lead to begin here in Game 2. He was stellar, an absolute ace of a number 2, if that phrasing makes sense. He was amazing for us, 3.07 for that ERA, and I'd love to see another strong game from him today. Christian Yelich leads off, and that's a strike inside. Try that circle change going away now. Switch the timing and location. And it's a called strike on the outer edge. Want to do that 12-6 curve. Kind of close, but not very close. And he does not offer at it. Okay, no problem. Try the slider on the lower outer edge. See if we can backdoor him or get him to chase. And Triolo cannot get there. A good effort, but it's just over the hand there. A bloop in the right field, and Yelich is on base. All right, Perdomo now at the plate. We're going to try to get a double play. That means I'm going to keep it low in the zone. Yelich only has 74 speed, so I don't anticipate a steal. That goes to Arraez, and yes, we might get exactly what we asked for again. No! It goes into the dugout. Oh, it's an error. Not on Luis Arraez's part, but wow. Never mind. That was really, really a terrible throw from O'Neal Cruz. There's the defense coming back to bite us as he nearly beans one of the players in the dugout. Unreal. All right, well, that will put Perdomo on second. He's got a 57 steal rating and a 57 speed rating to match. And now, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at the plate. We missed with that slider to begin. Trying to do the same strategy that I did with Skeens in the start yesterday. We'll get that fastball in for strike 1. We'll try a circle change low and away. That misses center of the zone, and Guerrero gets a lot of it. It's a line drive going into center field, and that will score the very first run for Arizona. I'm going to hold that ball instead of throwing it. There was no way we were going to get him. Don't want to risk an error, and Arizona strikes back for 1. This is now already a more competitive game than the first one. And that is fouled away by Ketel Marte. Still could get a double play here. Going to keep it low. That's hit well. It's going to go to Reynolds in left center field. Can he get there in time? Yes, he will. There we go. I had a little bit of concern there. All right. 2 men down. Trying to strand Vladdy on first. And Corbin Carroll steps to the plate. I now don't feel like I need to try to keep it on the ground. Maybe we can get him to pop up. That's in foul territory for strike 1. Let's go back to that 12-6 curve. That's a pretty good one, but no offer at it. All right. Change elevation, change speed, fastball inside, fouled away. And 1-2 now. We'll go back to the circle change. Very, very close. A razor's edge difference between a ball and a strike there, but it's 2-2. Try the slider. And that goes to Cruz. We're going to try to go to first, and I think, yes, he will beat it out. I knew the speed was dangerous, and if there's anything that's not routine about something in play, he's going to get on base. It's not really Cruz's fault. I don't believe that anybody playing short right there would have made that throw. It's the same thing. You'd have to jump and leap, and yeah, it's just too slow to make it there. So now we go to Connor Norby. 2 men on. We got to try to keep the lead here. We begin with a great slider on the lower outer edge. Going to try a fastball inside. And that is popped up into foul territory between first base and the dugout, and Arise is able to get it. But Arizona has already scored their first run. All right, we might be in for a very, very exciting game today. Jared Triolo, one of only 2 right-handed batters in the lineup versus Ryan Nelson. I was very careful with selecting a lot of lefties when constructing this lineup. So Jared Triolo is one of the only right-handed batters currently playing today. And we will watch that cutter. Didn't quite like the location. Wasn't going to offer it that. 0-1. And that one misses even further inside now. 96 evens the count. And that misses away. Well, not away. Up and in. Excuse me. Not even close on the call. My bad. 2-1, though. Come on, Triolo. And that one we are late on, so it goes foul down the first base line. 2-2. Be awesome to eliminate Arizona. If we can right here in just 2 games, that'd be great. Make sure our guys are very well rested. It's going to be a very challenging postseason if we do make it any further than this. Got the Dodgers, I think, up next, if I'm not mistaken. After that, it could be the Phillies. Could be the Mets. And stays alive. Count is still 3-2. Got to protect the zone and be careful. No, we swing over the slider. The timing felt great, but Triolo missed it. Let me get the confirmation before I talk too much trash about him. And the timing was just early. I still think we should have gotten a piece of it, but it's all right. Strikeout to begin, and now Carter. That's above the zone. Carter's very tall. That zone is very vertical for us here. Less of a square, more of a rectangle. 1-0. Way early, swinging like a fool on that one. All right, 1-1. What does Nelson give us? And the timing is better, but he is underneath it a little too far, I think. Oh, he got it on the dive on the warning track. Wow, what a defensive play. Oh, my goodness. It was a long way to go, and he didn't get a great start at it, which forces the dive, but he's able to glove it. Gurriel Jr. with a Gold Glove caliber catch right there. Wow. That was pretty amazing. And here is the only other right-hander in the lineup, Joey Bart. Went 1 for 3 last game, and we foul that one away to begin. All right, 0-1 now. And I thought that was going a little bit further outside, so we end up watching that one for 0-2. It's funny, the ones that I try to be more disciplined on are always pitches that I should end up swinging at. Not that one. That's in the dirt pretty much, 1-2. Yeah, it's funny noticing some of my tendencies, you know. Especially watching back some of these every once in a while, you know, like noticing my tendencies and my weaknesses. Like, come on, why do I do that? Why do I swing under the zone? I shouldn't swing at anything around the knees at all. And Bard is able to get good timing, but he's underneath it. And it is a fly out to center field. No score for us in the top of the second. Nelson gets out of that one. And here he is. After that amazing catch, Gurriel Jr. steps to the plate to begin the bottom of the second for Arizona. And he watches strike one. Let's try a slider trailing away. It's close. No offer, though. Okay, we'll go back to the fastball then. That's center of the zone, and it's lifted for Reynolds in left field. It's a nice, easy out to begin. I do really, really enjoy these full games, getting to pitch, getting to hit with all these guys. It's a lot of fun for me. Wow, what a fantastic circle change that was. I also really like the casual version of the commentary, as I've done all of the commentary this season live. It's been really fun for me. It's making the edits a lot easier to have the commentary already banked and just kind of moving the pieces around if I need to, deleting a little bit of dead air time here and there. But by and large, the editing process has really improved a lot for me by doing the voice live during the recording. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed that as well. It's been a while since I've asked for any feedback on that, but the process for me has really been simplified. And that's a called strike on a fantastic curve. Jared Jones with an excellent inning. All right, both pitchers have managed to bounce back after a somewhat turbulent first inning, and here we are in the top of the third now. Colson Montgomery, like I said, in place today at third base for Steve Seidlinker. I wanted the lefty-righty matchup, and we're going to get it. We'll see if it works out. And we swing on the first pitch, center of the zone, slightly late on that timing, and it is a pop-up to third base. We come back around to Luis Ariz, who inexplicably hit a home run solo shot, the first pitch of the game. Absolutely incredible. And that one we fouled down into the dirt, a circle change. Timing was very early on that. And we fight that cutter foul. Down 0-2 now. Oh, we watched strike three. I had just talked about watching stuff around the knees. Probably should have protected 0-2 there. That's a mistake, and I pay for it with a strikeout. And now Reynolds comes up with 2 outs in the top of the third. And we watched that one. It is also a strike from Nelson. Seems to be locating well after that first inning. And that's center of the zone. That's a fastball that should have gone over the wall as a souvenir. Timing was good. Yeah, should have been in the right field stands. Instead, it's 0-2. Reynolds couldn't square it up. And that one we timed well also, but it's a ground out to second base, and it is ending the top of the third. Nelson with another good half inning. Quick work there to come back here for the bottom of the third, and Jared Jones versus Christian Yelich as the lineup turns over again. That is hit and could be going foul. Reynolds. Oh, we dive. Not even close, and luckily for us, it is called just barely foul. That actually could have been an absolute disaster, but I wanted to see if I could repeat what Gurriel did to us by getting a spectacular diving catch. And luckily, that didn't go against us there. 1-1. Fastball, this time in center field, lifted for Carter, and we've got it for an easy first out. Yeah, both pitchers, I feel, are definitely settling in now. Let's try to begin this at-bat with something different. Try the 12 curve on the outside. It goes too far outside, and that's a big miss. All right, we'll do fastball low and away. Just goes center of the zone, but luckily Perdomo can only foul it. Let's try bringing it even more inside now. Yes, a swing and a miss. All right, circle change, low and away, get him. All right, that's just a ground ball to Cruz. Please be routine. Yes, it is. That's out number 2. And Gladys steps back. Try the slider away again. It was very successful for Skeens in Game 1 with that strategy. Jones' slider's a little bit less controllable, but we still get the out. Moving right along, this has been a very fast-paced game now. We're getting results quickly, both good and bad for both teams. And Jock steps back to the plate after a solo shot in his first at-bat. He grounds that one, unfortunately, straight down into the dirt and then over to second base, and Jock is out. Yeah, not really much patience from either team here in Game 2, as Arizona is playing with a little bit more desperation, and we are trying to eliminate them, so we might be a little bit more aggressive here as well. Sawinski ended 27 with a 4.3 WAR. That is awesome. I know O'Neal Cruz was our leader, but Sawinski also was great, and that's a line drive in a left field for a one-out single. Sawinski's on base. And we'll see if O'Neal Cruz can make up for that error. Didn't really come back to bite us too hard, but I'd like to see a little bit of redemption for him. We know the defense is something to worry about, so I talked about how I was happy with his production or offensive output. And that one, we just mistimed. It's late down the left field line. But, yeah, I like to see the offense here, you know, have him be a bright spot to further solidify that feeling. And that one, we are late again. It goes to left field, casually jogging over, and they have out number 2. And that means that we will come back to Jared Triolo. 2 out with 1 man on for the right-handed batter. And that is lifted. It goes foul, just barely. Maybe 2 feet outside that line. I would have liked to have seen that bloop land. Put men on the corners. Come back to Evan Carter. Oh, that one comes a little bit far inside. Backs Triolo up off the plate. Yeah, Nelson's been pretty good. I know that the 2 solo shots make it look a lot worse than it is, but it's really just 2 misses amongst a lot of real good placement for him. Swinging and missing high and tight, and we're down 1-2 now. No, he gets me on the slider. Man, such a weakness of mine. It's really tough. And Marte steps here in the bottom of the 4th to the plate. He's over 1 so far today. Didn't get a hit against us yesterday, and that trend will continue as Carter posts up in center field on the first pitch. We've got our first out. And Corbin Carroll now. Try something real unorthodox. I'm going to try a slider outside, trailing in to begin. And it just falls under the zone. Gravity takes its toll. We go back to that fastball now. Center of the zone, bullseye for strike 1. All right, let's try a circle change low and in. I don't think we've thrown that against him yet. And it misses, going too far inside. Let's do a fastball high and tight. Just goes inside and misses 3-1. Got to be very careful here. And we get strike 2 to load the count up. We'll try a circle change. I got to aim a little bit close. And we got him! He watches it inside. Carroll, frozen solid. And now Connor Norby to the plate. In the 6th spot, he's 0 for 1 today. And he swings and misses at 96 inside. 0-1. Grounds that one foul. Final strike now. I don't think I've thrown that 12 curve to a right-handed batter yet. And it's 0-2, so I don't need it to be very close. Let's see if we can get him to chase it. Yeah! Perfectly placed and called for. We got him on the strikeout. Excellent inning for Jones. Here's the starter comparison already. This feels like I've only been playing this game for about 10 minutes. It has been an incredible pace so far. Both pitchers matching each other pretty well. Yeah, it's been a battle. And the battle continues here. 7, 8, and 9 in the top of the 5th, starting with Carter. And that one looks like it was going to drop into a real good place for us, but Carter just fouls it away. Timing was good, but I think that was a little more late than not. 0-1. Okay, early I think on that slider as that came inside. Yep, very early. Okay, 0-2. Come on, Carter. Okay, contact is finally made solidly, but it is a foul ball down the first base line, still 0-2. Cannot defend the zone and time that one up. It's another strikeout for Nelson, number 6. We've really been helping him out by swinging at pitches that we shouldn't have, or the timing is tripping us up. It's been tough. A reminder, I am playing on Hall of Fame difficulty, the second most difficulty, or most difficult setting. I have no interest in making this game any harder than that. It's 0-1. And Bart gets a piece of that one. It was under the zone as well. Not a good pitch to swing at, and as a result, it's an out. And Colson Montgomery now in the 9 spot, getting his chance today against Arizona. Swinging and missing at the circle change. I thought that was going to be a little more in the zone. Too early on it, though. And that is a dribbler to third base. Another easy inning for Nelson. He's really got this under control now. We'll see in the bottom of the 5th if Jared Jones continues his dominance as well. 7, 8, and 9 due up for Arizona. And that's to Montgomery on the dive. He can't get there. It goes to Brian Reynolds in center field. We'll throw over to second, but nothing going. And that is a leadoff single. Del Castillo now to the plate. I'll begin with a circle change. That is fouled behind the plate. Switch up the speeds now to a fastball. And that's popped well into left field foul territory, 0-2. All right, let's try that circle change again. I'm going to aim a little bit further outside. And that's popped up. This time Reynolds will be able to snag that, and we've got our first out, still seeking a double play to get out of here easily. Jake McCarthy at the plate in the 9 spot. 0 for 1 today. And he watches. Strike 1 in the center of the zone. Okay. Let's try a circle change low and inside. Yeah, that's a really, really good pitch right there. I think I want to keep this four-seamer low and in. Okay, we go to Triolo. We're not going to be able to turn 2. We'll take the safe out at first. And there's a runner in scoring position, but 2 outs left to go. Or no, 2 outs done for. Only 1 out left to go. And the lineup turns over, though, for Christian Yelich. I'm going to try that circle change low and in. We located it so well last time. See if we can get it again. Nope. Falls under the zone and away instead. Let's try a fastball. Misses as well. I don't want this to be easy, but I want that location. Go back to the fastball again. Finally get the call, low and inside. It's more of a 50-50 pitch anyways, though. All right, try the fastball away. Misses. 3-1. We're just really not locating as well as we need to. Really good circle change. Yeah, even Bart lets him know on that one. All right. 12 curve, outside edge. Yeah, we got him on the timing. That's a big strikeout right when we needed it, and Jones gets out of there. All right, top of the 6th. We're getting into the later half of the game now, and the lineup turns over for the 3rd time. Luis Ariz back to the plate. And early on that one, I knew it. Yep. Foul down the line. Energy is starting to get pretty low, but that confidence is so high after all those strikeouts. And that one we waited for, still late on it, and it's fouled away. Now we're down 0-2. Nelson misses above the zone. It's so perplexing to me that Ariz can suddenly not hit. You know, I just really don't understand what's happening with him. I know I have my weaknesses as a batter, but with his contact 91 versus righties, the vision 97, he should have no problem being that contact king that we know Luis Ariz should be. But since we've acquired him, it just hasn't really happened. Under the zone, shouldn't have swung at it. We help out Nelson with another strikeout, and that's frustrating now. I've done that too many times. I give myself a little bit of grace, you know. I'll have a handful of those every once in a while. It's baseball. It's difficult. I'm playing on a high difficulty, but some of those are nowhere close, and I still make the same mistake, and that's inexcusable. Swing and a miss. Really loading up on that swing. 0-1. And that misses above the zone. I don't know if I've addressed it prior also as the Diamondbacks start warming up too, guys. I don't know if I've addressed it before, but I never use power or contact swings. I always just hit the default primary swing, whatever that may be. I don't know if that's something that you guys do or have any advice on, but I never, ever try to do a different swing of the bat. And maybe I should. I don't know, but like right here, down now 2-2 as the count evens. I should probably be using that contact swing, most likely, but I always just hit X. I just swing with whatever the default is. And we defend the zone. That goes, yes, it's weakly driven through into center field, and Reynolds has a one-out single. And wow, that's going to be it. Short leash here for Nelson as he allows a base runner for the first time in several innings, and that's his game. And they are bringing in Jose Suarez. He's pitched for an inning and a third against us already, and we were not able to score on him. Jock Peterson now stepping to the plate. Here's a recap of that solo shot. Very early in this game. I believe that was only the third pitch. And it was a solo shot deep to left center field. We have maintained the lead ever since. And it is a lefty. So I'm wondering, should we make a change here for Jock? He's not great against left-handed pitchers, but I think the likelihood of a righty coming in after this and a near guarantee that Peterson's going to see another at-bat, I think I will leave him in. I don't want to lose that power late in the game if we need it. And that is going to immediately be a double play, so hopefully we can make up for that later as the Diamondbacks get 2 outs off 1 pitch. Okay, they are calling for a drag bunt from Perdomo, apparently. At least that is the guess from our guys. So I'll try pitching a little outside here just in case. Well, that went inside anyways, but Perdomo was swinging, not bunting. So, all right, we'll go back to what I feel comfortable with. Do a fastball low and in. Great placement there. Foul tipped again by Perdomo. And let's go back to that 12-6. Get it a little close to the zone, but not inside. And under the zone, called on the bottom edge. Perdomo looking, and that's another strikeout for Jones. And now Vladimir Guerrero. Begin again with a slider. It's worked so far, and it misses. Yeah, that's what I mean, that slider. You saw where I aimed it, kind of center of the zone, but low, trailing to the bottom quarter, and it's about 1.5 feet away from where I wanted that ball to go. It's just not as much control with Jones as we have with Skeens. Missing on the fastball now. Okay, let's try going inside instead of out. And we finally get the bottom corner. I just, you know, the control sometimes is frustrating from these guys. Let's try high and in. Maybe we'll get them to pop up. And, whoo, really lucky as that line drive would have been a double easily. Instead, it's just a foul ball. All right, I'm going to try a circle change, lower outside edge. We've had pretty good control with that so far. And that's a miss. It goes high into the center of the zone, not even close. We are all over the place. So if that slider is going to trail out about another 2 feet, let me aim more inside center of the zone and see if we can nab the outside edge. Yeah, look how far away that was. That's a little ridiculous. I really don't like that. Let's try the fastball low and in. Just goes low, center of the zone. Jones cannot locate these pitches right now. Go back to the fastball, aiming a little higher. And, oh, come on, Blue. I think that was strike 3, but instead it's a full count. Try that slider, aiming inside again. Okay, it's hit weakly. Cruz is going to play it at short. The throw over is fine, and that's out number 2. And Ketel Marte steps to the plate now in the bottom of the 6th with 2 outs. Our starter has outlasted theirs once again as they've tapped in the bullpen. We'll see how long Jones is going to go. Worries me that we can't locate these pitches right now, and that's not going to make him go longer into this game. Missing on that circle change. Luckily, Marte can't take advantage. Yeah, this is really worrying. Slider lifted to center field, but Evan Carter is there with plenty of time. That's 6 innings down for Jones. And Arizona already making a change. They turn now to Bryce Jarvis. And he was in the appearance yesterday, or he made an appearance yesterday in game 1, so got to think that the energy's not complete for him already. Sawinski, 4, 5, and 6 now here against Jarvis, and we're back to a right-handed batter. I mean, right-handed pitcher, excuse me. And that's a miss. Yeah, the energy is like 90%, so I don't think it's really a concern for them. Just means that we've got to get him out by other means. by being productive against him. It's not going to be a get him out of here by working the count, I don't think. Count is even now at 1-1. And Sawinski, it's a third, but a good reaction will net the first out as good defense pays off. O'Neal Cruz back to the plate now. 0 for 2 today. Come on now. And that is mistimed. It goes foul. Top of the 7th with 1 out here. And swinging over that sinker. Timing says very early. I don't think so. Whatever. We'll watch that one. 1-2. I always I hit X to do like their pre-swing motion that they do. Some of these guys have certain animations that I like seeing. It's kind of a tick that I have. And we defend the zone. It's not a good pitch to swing at. We're late on it, so it's a foul ball, but that would have been strike 3 if we watched it, so got to do that. Didn't jump on it early enough to really have a chance at it. It's just to stay alive swing. And that one, we are still late on. Plenty of air under that ball, but we stay at 1-2. And that's an easier take. Count evens. So far, it's been a pretty good at-bat for Cruz to stay alive this long. And fouled away. 98. I think we were late on that one as well. Yep. Very late. Sometimes that little meter down there has got a little bit of attitude. Okay. All right, that's a miss. We're making Jarvis work here. It's a full count now. And it's gone! A no-doubter from O'Neal Cruz! And that is a very important insurance run for us to have. It is a 2-run lead once again, now in the late innings. That is awesome. 420 feet, he smoked it. Let's go! And Triolo steps back to the plate now. Still 1 out here in the top of the 7th. That's it well. Perfect timing. It goes to right field, going back, and he's got it. Okay, another wasted, perfect timed hit. Great. Wow. So frustrating when that happens. It happened in game 1 as well. We had a perfect time hit. It was, I think, to shortstop, if I'm not mistaken. Really frustrating when that happens. I want to be rewarded for that perfect timing. I don't want that to be a routine play, you know. If we're talking a 1/10 of a millisecond, something like that. If I get it that right, give me something. Doesn't have to be a home run. Doesn't have to be a grand slam, triple, whatever. Just, I want a successful hit off of perfect timing like that. That should be rewarded just a little bit better. And we fight that one away to remain alive at 2-2. It's been a longer inning for Jarvis now, so yeah, he might not see anything further. And we waited on that one. Slightly early timing. It's a high fly ball to right field, and that is out number 3. All right, bottom of the 7th now. Carroll back to the plate. I am going to see if Jones can get us any further into this game. The more I can use a starter, the less I use the bullpen, the more advantageous it will be if the series goes deeper. Cruz is not able to get there. Well, I thought he was going to, but unfortunately, it's just out of reach. He had a fantastic reaction time. He's fast, and he's also got really long arms, but, oh, shoot. I accidentally just hit X, like, way too fast. Luckily, that worked for me. Wow. Okay. Did not intend to throw that fastball at all. But now, down 0-1, I think that he's going to try to steal. So I'm going to pitch out right here. See if we can get him at second. He doesn't go. Wow, I am stunned at that. Okay. Try a slider trailing away. Hey, that's a pretty good one. There we go. Strike 2. Let's try the slider again. I do think a steal's coming as well. It's not. Slider's fouled away. Okay. Let's go fastball. Low and inside. Ooh, it's so close. Just barely misses for 2-2. Change up inside. Misses even worse. Okay, Jones is losing it again. Short leash here now. Fatigue is yellow. Got to be very careful. Aiming a slider. And he watches it. Yes, it was a check swing, but that is a strikeout for Jones. And that's a really clutch one. All right, can we make it any further? Bottom of the 7th, speed on first, 1 man out. Might be stealing here, but I'm not pitching out. I'm going to target a fastball low and inside. Yep, runner's going. He's absolutely going to get there. No chance whatsoever. What a great jump that he had. Gurriel watched strike 1, though, so it does put us with a little bit of an advantage. I'll try that fastball again. Fouled away at the bottom of the zone, 0-2. All right, let's go back to that slider. Come on. Okay, that goes to Cruz. That's a fantastic result as it keeps him at second base instead of going to third, and that's out number 2. Adrian Del Castillo in the 8th spot is 0 for 2 today. They've got tremendous speed. The fastest runner you could possibly have at 99 is on second base. Anything out of the infield will score that runner. So we need Castillo to have an unproductive out right here. Well, an out at all would end the inning and be unproductive by definition, but you know what I mean. Let's try to see if we can get him to pop up, maybe. Ooh, yeah, that's a dangerous miss right there, but unfortunately for them, it works out in our favor. Let's try that 12 curve. We got a waste pitch here if we want. It's 0-2. He does not chase. It's not quite close enough to be competitive. Let's try a circle change. Kind of the same idea, though. Yeah, he chased it, and he's toast. That is 7 innings down and another strikeout for Jones. Arizona does make another change, and Dre Jamison comes back out for the 2nd game in a row. Just seeing all the same guys pretty much from Arizona. And it is another right-handed pitcher here facing Joey Bart in the 8th spot. 8-9-1 due up. Should not have swung. I meant to check it. Just held the button a little bit too long. So it's strike 1. I don't know if that would have been called a strike or not, but the result now makes it have no difference. And that's fouled away, so we're now down 0-2. Yeah, energy level's about 90 for him as well. Not really a fatigue situation. We fight that one away to stay alive. Bart's another one. I spoke at the very top of the game about Luis Arraez, but Bart is another one that has really trailed off this year, and it's been disappointing to watch, frustrating as well. You know, I never really expected much out of Joey Bart, but I need to have something better than what he's been able to give us. And here in the postseason, it's pretty much the final chance to do that, because I think that Bart's probably gone in the offseason. I don't have concrete plans, but I just have a feeling that we might see a different catcher and first baseman combo coming up. But for now, it's 2-2. And we try to stay alive and fight that off. It's popped high. Will it stay out? No. Vladdy is able to snag it right out of our dugout. And Colson Montgomery is back in. Still no chance to put in side linker, as each time that Montgomery's come up, it has been against a right-handed pitcher. So he remains in the game. And that one was a good one to go after, but we're late on the timing, and as a result, it is a foul, strike 1. It's been another really competitive game for us. I am glad for that, because I enjoy these type of games a lot more than those blowouts. As fun as that is in like an arcade kind of a sense, just a mash against another team, I really feel like this is truer to the nature of competitive baseball, and especially so once you get to the postseason, as the teams were good enough to make it through the long marathon that is a baseball season. That's a perfect time hit, and it's a line drive down just barely past second base, and that is a 1-out single. There we go. Luis Arraez comes back around now. Got to stay out of the double play. We'll watch that one. It's close, but proud of the discipline to not swing or even check after that pitch. 1-0. That one we had to go after. The timing was good. It goes deep to center field and stops just before the warning track. So unproductive. 2 outs now with 1 man on. And it's Brian Reynolds as the last chance here in the top of the 8th to do anything see if we can. Under the zone. Shouldn't have swung at it. It's in the dirt and gets away from him, but we're not sending the runner. 0-1. Wow, the timing was good, too. That's hilarious. Good timing on a terrible pitch. And, oh, wow, Brian Reynolds! Yes! That's a 2-run blast with 2 outs. A no-doubter to left field, 391 feet for his first home run of the postseason. And wow, there's definitely a trend here in Game 2. All of our runs coming via the home run. This one with an extra run as well. And that is awesome to go into the final innings of the game. Fantastic job by Reynolds. And now Jock Peterson, even more danger. Back up here against a righty. We did finally get another appearance from him, and it is against the exact purpose that we got him, a right-handed pitcher. And, oh, man, just early on that, but Jock was underneath it. Too much air, and that is out number 3, but a 5-1 lead as we enter the bottom of the 8th, thanks to Brian Reynolds. And I am going to go ahead and bring in Carmen Mlodzinski. As Jared Jones was really fatigued, Mlodzinski was so good through the regular season once we finally put him back in. So I'd like to get a view of how Mlodzinski feels right now. Feeling very confident that we can get 6 outs and not give up 4 runs or more right now. So let's see what we can do with Mlodzinski. We missed with that cutter just under the zone. It is 1-1 now. Let's try a circle change. Really good one. Gets McCarthy to swing over it. All right, let's try something big like that sweeper. I wonder. No, we just miss under the zone. All right. Let's do a 4-seamer inside. That just goes to the center of the zone. Reynolds is tracking over there. He's not going to be able to get it, but we are able to at least prevent it from going to the wall. And, wow, that throw went wild. It's a double for McCarthy to lead off. All right, that's not great news as Christian Yelich comes back to the plate. Let's try with a cutter low and away. Foul tipped. Caught a little bit more of the plate than I wanted it to. All right, 4-seamer now. Oh, no. I think that's gone. They didn't give me the no-doubt animation, but yeah, Christian Yelich with a 2-run blast cuts this lead in half from 4 runs down to 2, and the Arizona Diamondbacks are not yet done. There's still baseball left to be played, and that means that nothing is certain, as Arizona reminds us with a powerful 2-run shot. All right, that was disappointing to give up, but still a 2-run insurance here as the inning is now brand new. Still nobody out, and it's a foul ball from Perdomo. Arizona fans giving a little bit more life off of that home run shot. Really good cutter there for strike 2. All right, let's try that circle change. He does not chase it. I wonder if the circle change inside would fare any better for us. Under the zone, and Bard is going to throw to first with the assist, but that's a strikeout from Mlodzinski. Good way to bounce back as now Vladimir Guerrero steps to the plate. I don't have well, I do have a slider, but I'm going to try to cut it first. Yeah, that's perfect. Absolutely spot on. Okay, let's go to the slider and see how that feels. That's absolutely perfect. I mean, 2 for 2 right now. All right, the sweeper's got a little bit more movement, and I'm going to aim just a little further outside. It's probably going to be a garbage pitch, but we'll see if Guerrero chases. Oh, so close. He was able to hold back somehow. All right, let's go to the cutter, but this time I want high and away. Change the elevation there, and it nets us a foul ball. But the at-bat continues. Go back to the slider now. That's really, really good, man. Just so satisfying when it goes right where you want it to. It's a ground out. All right, 1 more out left to go in this inning. 4 outs in total before we eliminate the Diamondbacks. We'll aim high and tight against Marte, and he watches it go outside instead, but it's still strike 1. All right, let's do the cutter trailing in. Center of the zone, bullseye. Marte watches that as well. All right, circle change, low and away, not quite close. He does not chase. No problem. Plenty more pitches to work with. We'll try a cutter on the outside edge. Goes inside, and that's it very well. It goes to the gap in right center field, and Sawinski's going to play that. We throw into the cutoff man, but it's a 2-out double for Marte. And once again, the Arizona Diamondbacks are not quite done. This is getting dangerous. Corbin Carroll at the plate. We begin with the fastball. And yeah, there we go. It's a pop-up right in front of the mound. Bart's going to go play it. They strand the runner, and we enter the 9th with a 2-run lead. The Diamondbacks make a change now for somebody that we have not seen through Game 1 and so far in 2. It is Jordan Romano. He is another right-handed pitcher, and here against 4, 5, 6. It's the last attempt for us to add any insurance runs. Slider, 4-seamer, 2-seamer. Not really much guesswork here. If it looks like it's moving, it's going to be the slider. It also is going to come in a lot slower than those fastballs. And Sawinski immediately jumps on the first pitch. It goes deep to left center field, and that is a ground rule double. What a good start here as we put a runner in scoring position on the first pitch that we see. And now O'Neal Cruz with a chance to add on for us. Come on, you got to come through here. Okay, that also goes to left center field. It's going to find the gap and do the same thing. Not a ground rule double, but a true double here. And it's an RBI to give us a 3-run lead now. Excellent job. And now Triolo to the plate. Runner in scoring position for him as the situation continues to worsen for Arizona, and it will again. Yeah, we're sending Cruz home. That is a single and an RBI. 4 runs once again above the Diamondbacks. Now Carter steps to the plate as it really feels like this game is firmly in our grasp. Carter, grounder to second base. It will prevent the double play, but Carter is out on a fielder's choice. And the Diamondbacks have seen enough. The skipper's coming out. And they are replacing their closer with Ryan Thompson, another guy that we have not seen in the postseason. Looks like he had a pretty good year, though. And Joey Bart's going to step to the plate. 0 for 3 today. Man on second with 1 out. No double play happening. Oh, I hate that delivery. My goodness. Ryan Thompson throws either sidearm or submarine, and that type of delivery is an absolute weakness of mine. Oh, I hate it so much. I am so happy that there's only 2 more outs to go, and I don't have to face this guy for any longer than that, guaranteed. I hate that delivery. Oh, my goodness. And Bard is able to lift that up into foul territory. Looks like Vladdy is not going to be able to get there. Yep, just out of reach, hits the net up there. Down 1-2 now against Thompson. And that's trailing way too far outside. We'll send the runner over to third. He does advance on the wild pitch. There we go. All right, well, that gives us a little bit more likelihood of anything going out of the infield, giving us another run here. But that means we got to put it in play. And we're not going to do it, but we might be able to get the run home and to first. Oh, my goodness, yes! A wild pitch nets us. A strikeout that turns into a single, and the run comes in to score. That's incredible. Whoa, the Diamondbacks have unloaded the clown car, and just a series of unfortunate events for them. That's crazy, man. My goodness, 5-run lead now. 8-3. And that's the third. It will give them a double play unless there's any more shenanigans. There is not. So a 5-run lead is how we enter the final half inning of this game. And I'm going to bring in David Bednar. He has saved 26 out of 34 opportunities. He pitched 75 innings and has a 3.11 ERA. In the postseason, this is his first appearance. So I'm going to see what we can do with them. A swing and a miss from Connor Norby to begin. And aim the same spot that I did, and we miss under the zone this time. Not able to locate well so far, I don't think. Yep, fastball misses above the zone. Okay, let's try throwing a splitter. And that misses in the center of the zone this time. Having some trouble locating really anywhere that I want to. What about a curveball? That's a good one. It is called that he went around, and we've got our first out. Gurriel now to the plate. And that's strike one on the bottom edge. Try the splitter again. That goes inside. Montgomery is able to snag it, plant his feet, throw over, and that's out number 2. 1 out from elimination now. Come on, boys. Let's finish this game without any drama. Castillo to the plate. We begin with a splitter. And it's called. Wow, okay. It drops under the zone, but the umpire gives it to us. Maybe he's got dinner reservations somewhere that he needs to get to. And that's a swing and a miss. Final strike now. Try a curveball outside. And he did not go. He twists. He thought about it. Okay. What about the splitter low and away? It's a strikeout! We won it! Yes! We eliminate the Diamondbacks in 2 games, earning ourselves an extra rest day. And what motivation and momentum we have now as we have eliminated and progressed further into the playoffs with very little drama or doubt about it. That's an excellent series for us, and I'm really, really happy that we had so many home runs in this game, but like really the pitching. I'm so happy that the pitching in these 2 games has been absolutely solid. Not really that much to worry about, and Jones gave us a stellar start. That was awesome. As a reward for our efforts in winning the Wild Card Series, we are now tasked with taking on the Dodgers in the Division Series. Oh my goodness. So, the Milwaukee Brewers are 1 game up above the New York Mets right now. Whoever wins will be facing Philadelphia. So if we do make it through the Division Series against the Dodgers, we have the NLCS to look forward to against either the Phillies, the Mets, or the Brewers. On the other side of things, the Houston Astros have eliminated the Baltimore Orioles. They are taking on Boston in the ALDS. Seattle, 1 game up above the Kansas City Royals, and the winner of that series is facing the Cleveland Guardians in their ALDS matchup. So, still a lot of baseball in the postseason to be determined, but we have done our part. And now, the Dodgers are rearing their ugly billionaire heads at us. Thank you guys so much for watching. Cannot wait to get into that series next